Hello, everyone. It is happy hour. Are we ready?
That's why we're here.
Happy hour with the Hambrights. Y'all know it's going to be fun. Well, and we actually have another special guest with us. So let's just go ahead and go down the line. Everybody introduce yourself.
Yes, ma'am. So we're Stefan and Ashley Hambright with Coldwell Banker Legacy Realtors, and we're the Hambright team.
Yes. And then we brought Jennifer with us today.
Hi guys, I'm Jennifer Gentry with Legacy Lending Home Loans, and I'm here to give some advice.
Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna actually talk about lots of things, lots of topics, such interesting topics. So let's just get right into it. Let's dive into stats from February.
Okay. Yep. So February was yet again a really strong month. 2022 is looking fabulous. Yep. We did see a median sales price of right around $198,000, which is good. And listings were actually up by 5%. We still need more, but that's good. We're still seeing
increasing.
Some increase.
Yeah,
so it's positive. Something super duper cool that we can be super duper proud of is San Angelo was just named in the top 10 cities for growth and stability, literally in the nation.
Unreal.
That's how crazy.
So that's on Smart Asset by Smart Asset Study on CNBC that had that come out, and I mean literally Texas just dominated this thing, but we were literally number 10.
So let's just talk about that for a little bit. Break down like really what that means and how big of a deal that is.
So what it means essentially is that the homes are keeping their values, and that we've had steady increase. So this study went back, I think, back to 1997. So it went quite a ways back, but I mean we've had statistically steady growth since then.
That's amazing.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and so like I said, Texas was all over that, so everybody's figuring out Texas is the place to be.
It is the place to be. I mean, we already knew that. We knew Texas was the best.
Exactly.
And how about San Angelo?
I know.
And Ashley has a really cool thing about when people visit San Angelo.
So we see people coming to San Angelo, obviously from other places, like we talked about. Obviously the base brings in lots of people for obvious reasons, but we're also a really big destination for people relocating that have just visited in the past and fell in love with the gem that's San Angelo.
It all starts with a visit.
So, and they literally just find any way to come back.
Let the impact, like literally visit the town, and then this is the town I want to raise my family, what they're doing.
Because they know we're awesome.
I mean, everybody in San Angelo, just pat yourself on the back right now. That is so cool. I mean, talk about hospitality.
Well, everybody's so nice. That's the one thing everybody says. They come in and they're like, oh, everybody's just so nice. I'm like, again, we're pretty awesome.
That's awesome. So, okay, what else? Do we have any other fun facts, fun stats?
That was the most exciting thing I've seen this week so far.
I was about to say,
pretty pumped up about
we had
that.
to tell you that. That was just, we saw, we were like, that is unreal. Really, really cool.
That's amazing. Definitely a feather in our cap, for sure.
So,
okay, springtime, you brought some decor. It's springtime, and that means spring buying.
Yes.
And you have tips for us.
Yes. So last month we talked about how to sell a house and get it ready for the spring season. So we're going to talk today about how to buy a home and just really get ready for how to buy that home. So, they say, the cliche saying is, when's the best time to plant a tree? Well, it was 6 months ago, but when's the next best time now? Same thing. So sometimes, not everybody, but sometimes there's a little bit of prep work that goes into it.
Right.
So we like to have those conversations pretty early on and encourage people to come start those conversations, whether you're 6 months out, a year out, 5 years out, we've done it. Whatever it is, we want to help set you on that path. And so that's why whenever you even have the inkling in your mind, I want to know how to buy a house, come talk to us. That's why we're here.
Because a lot of prep work goes into it, so a lot of research has to go into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I mean, like Ashley was saying, it all comes down into visiting with, we got lender right here, Jennifer, and with a realtor team like me and Ashley. So, we'll know the best way to guide you when that time comes. And then really it comes down to getting pre-approved. That's such a huge thing. Now we know Jennifer will touch on this in just a little bit, but it's a great way to start because everybody's going to have some things whenever you meet with a lender like Jennifer, which is totally normal. I think we talked about this in the past, everybody's home buying journey is different, right? But giving yourself time to work on those things and then also establish a budget. And so, you may have an idea of what house you want. Well, whenever you have both pieces to the puzzle, what house I want, and then have that budget, then you can really start that journey.
Because let's face it, those $1 million houses are really fun to look at, but it does not mean all of us can afford them.
Exactly. Yes, I love looking at them.
Oh,
However,
they're fun. They're super fun.
Right.
There's some kitchens in the by the pool that are bigger than my house. I'm like, okay, all right.
So just getting that budget, and then also figuring out how much down payment. That's another huge one too that you're gonna need to move forward with your home buying journey.
And that could take time. Again, that all factors in the time. And something a lot of people do, especially this time of year, is your tax returns. A lot of people don't realize you can use
Tax
that
time.
for your down payment.
There's
you go. All different ways to work this, so that's why it's just get that information to help you on your path to success to figure out where you're going.
Yeah, and it's all. I feel like it's all about being realistic, and really setting that. And that's what y'all do is you kind of set out that timeline and give that advice. Because, like you say, we love looking at those $1 million homes, but sometimes it's just not going to work out yet.
And that's just it. Yes, goals are great. We love them, and that's the thing is you may be the one who walks in and you walk out that same day and we go find your house. And you just never know. We've had people that have come in just completely convinced that they can never ever qualify, and they walk out that same time like we are out shopping that same day. So you just don't know where your journey is. That's why we're here to help give you those answers so you can make the best informed decision moving forward.
Perfect. Well, what other tips do you have?
And also something else we'll discuss whenever we have that meeting is preferences, your wants and needs in a home, because let's face it, everybody has a little different stuff. If you have a bunch of kids, you're obviously going to need a bunch of rooms. If you're downsizing, obviously you may not want a bunch of rooms. So those are the things that we're going to learn in the process together. And also knowing timelines. So knowing, if you have a lease that we're working around, if you have time that you need to save that money for your down payment, whatever it is, we're going to know, and then we're going to have the intel, I guess, for lack of a better word, to go in and know when those homes pop up around what works for you, to know when the time's right.
Yeah, exactly. And that kind of leads us to another great tip here. Y'all knowing the market. You've lived here, you know it. I mean, how important is that for someone who is maybe, they're coming in for a military assignment today, they're getting stationed here. It's like, sight unseen, I don't know, but
and
that's where they can go.
We do this. But there's FaceTime. There's ways we can actually help them see it, for lack of a better word. But no, it's a nerve-wracking process spending that much money on something, like you said, sight unseen or anything like that. So we just do as much due diligence.
Virtual showings, take pictures, take videos, literally show them every single angle of the house that we can.
And you get it inspected. That comes through the process, and we'll kind of touch on that another time. But and there's a process that we make sure, again, information. That's our job, is just get them as much information so they can make sure that they feel good moving forward.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, like I said, y'all have lived here. You know the community. You know the good local spots to eat and everything.
Oh yes.
So y'all share that with them too.
Oh yeah. Well, that's why I always ask if somebody comes in and I'm like, okay, what are you craving? Tell me and I'll give you a list, because I'm pretty picky, so I know which ones are good. And
we just talked about it earlier. I mean, top 10. I mean, San Angelo's awesome. We have so many things. Henry's, incredible restaurants, so many restaurants, so many activities for people moving in, and that's what we kind of talk about. It's not just finding the house; it's finding a community that's good for you and your family. And San Angelo is incredible. It really is.
And I'm sure that puts them at ease, because they're establishing a relationship, with y'all, and they have you to go to for problems if they have issues, anything like that.
That's what I was telling you. You have to feel comfortable with the team behind you. It's not just one person. There's insurance, there's inspectors, there's all sorts of other stuff that goes into the buying process that you have to make sure these people know what we're talking about, and know that you're going to be able to be taken care of throughout the entire process.
Well, fantastic. I mean, y'all are full of tips. Anything else? Or are we talking about money now?
Yeah, I mean, we're ready.
Are we ready to talk about money?
Well, and that's the thing, and that's why having lenders like Jennifer is a huge help, because they provide guidance. So you'll know what will and will not work, so we'll let her kind of go on hers and tell us what you...
Go for it.
So the first thing I want to say is you got to set yourself up for success. So a way to do that is to gather all your documents. So don't throw away those pay stubs once you get them. Maybe keep them in a nice little folder or something. Another thing is you want to take care of your credit. A little TLC on your credit, paying your bills on time is going to go a long way, folks. And the last thing, yep, I went blank.
That's all right.
So
we talked about budget.
Yeah, we talked about budgets. I have a free a little worksheet for you if you need help setting up a budget, so I can help you with that. And then the last thing is when you're ready, you can apply online and get going, and we can meet face to face and go over your customized options.
Because that's what we'll do a lot. You know, the online is there, but we'll meet in person a lot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it feels better to talk to a person because the computer is not going to tell you some of those questions
Right.
you have initially, or the apprehension you may have that you
Talk about
know.
finances, you know? I mean, you want to see somebody, talk to somebody, not a computer screen.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and they're not going to talk to you about food, so.
We do sometimes get on the topic of food and or wine, but it's just having that one-on-one with a live person if you need it. If you don't want that, then you still have the internet, you know, that can do that for you. But Jennifer offers all of that for that reason, whatever the convenience factor is.
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. On the phone, in person, I'm there for you.
Perfect. Well, so you gave some excellent tips kind of starting out. What else can people do to really kind of prepare for this, as far as mentally or emotionally or anything like that?
Well, I think everyone's biggest hurdle is their own mindset. So you are worthy of having a home and you can do it. I think if you embrace that.
I like that.
Those are good words.
All right, guys, we're done. But that's just it. People are scared because it is a huge investment. But the thing is it doesn't have to feel scary. That's why we always tell people, we're not on HGTV for a reason. Right? We like simple. We like to make sure everything is taken care of. There's obviously things that are a little bit more exciting from time to time, but there's a reason we're not doing that stuff.
But y'all aren't seeking the drama.
No, this is a drama-free zone.
Exactly.
But no, and that's just the thing is we want everybody to have those open, honest conversations because that's the only way we're going to be able to help. We want to be everybody to realize we're approachable. As scary as we look, I know, but
they're super scary folks.
But that's just it. You know, you guys have seen we're a little dorky, but we try to make things fun. We try to get you that information, just kind of going back to that helps give them that information to feel confident moving forward when the time feels right, whenever that is.
And like you said, it's you know, the information, and then at the same time kind of putting a stop to the misinformation. Because that's where that fear kind of comes, is where they hear the horror stories and all these different types of things. And having that first conversation with me and Ashley and then a lender like Jennifer, that's our job. It's just really like, guys, it doesn't have to be scary. We get you the information that you need, and then we get a game plan like we talked about last time.
And being confident with the team.
Yes,
exactly.
That's the main thing.
So y'all are the ones saying, keep calm. And we'll help you buy a house.
Basically.
Exactly.
And that's just it. If there's something that comes up that maybe we haven't seen before, because let's face it, every journey is different. I know where to go for those resources to find the answers. But more than likely, we've seen it. I can tell you we've probably seen weirder in some cases. But that's just it. We have the experience. You need somebody who has that experience, who knows the market, who knows the contracts, who knows the financing, who knows those things to help you feel good. That's what it all comes down to.
But, you know, good team, good teamwork, good friends, and you have a good house at the end of it.
That's it.
Well, awesome. Y'all are such a pleasure to have on. We always have a lot of fun. Is there any final thought or message that you want to share with everybody?
Well, just how to keep in touch.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, you can always get in contact with us, you know, phone, text, email, got our website right there. Hambright-team.com. It's a really incredible website because it has some really handy tools. You can actually, as a buyer seller, you can make your own portal. And so you can set your own parameters of what you're looking for.
And it emails everything to you for whatever you set up in there. So it's really nifty. Of course, we'll watch it too. And if we know somebody's looking for something, obviously our radar's on it. But it's just another tool to kind of help people feel in the know.
Communication.
Yeah, that's the key with this entire process is you're going to know every step of the way, like, hey, my dream house just popped up. Let's go look at it. We're approved with Jennifer. Let's go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, for sure.
Well, thanks, guys, again so much. We really appreciate you. And we forgot. Do you want to talk about what we're going to talk about next time?
Yes,
got a teaser.
We're going to be here next month.
I know. I was about to say they're not going anywhere. Folks. They will be back.
It could be a sneak attack at that point, so you don't remember. But it's what things, since we kind of talked about how to get ready to buy that home. So next month we're going to talk about things to keep in mind when you actually go out trying to find your home. So you're ready to buy. Now what? So that's what we're going to talk about next month.
Next step of the process.
Yeah. Walking you through step by step, folks. You don't want to miss it next month. Happy hour with the Hambrights.
We'll be here.
We'll be here. All right, folks. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye. Y'all.